qualifying, so you know I've missed unfortunately race number 1, which I feel a bit disappointed because you know it was looking likely it would have been a very interesting race and it would have been thereabouts. But looking at the race results for race number 1, then it seems to be very close to see that Brucey Collins took a lights to fog victory from what I've seen, followed by Nuno, followed by Brian Morgani, then Noah took 4th, followed by Rasmus and Nathan Roberts. Jamie finished 7th, followed by Oscar and Neil Smale. So hopefully race number 2, when it comes up very soon, should be a cracker. But as I say, I do apologise for any delay. Obviously, as I say, my PlayStation just as just as we went throughout, just as we finished qualifying, it literally crashed on me and I was like, you know, this is the last thing I wanted. But hopefully race number 2 will be better. But hopefully it should be thereabouts, so we should be in for a very close proximity race. But as I say, we're going to be very close to getting race number 2 underway very soon. But you know, as I say, I do apologise yet again for missing race 1. But hopefully we should be in for a good second race of the evening. Just double check that I haven't got a friend's request. So as I say, I do apologise, missed race number 1 due to technical difficulties. So I'm just waiting for, I believe Bush is going to make it into the lobby, so we're just waiting to see whether he's going to make it or not. So we'll see how well the guys can go for race number 2 in a moment or two. So yeah, as I say, I do apologise for missing race number 1. So we'll see what's going to happen for race number 2 and 3, because it is going to be thereabouts. I think, you know, the likes of obviously Brucey Collins obviously taking pole position for race number 1 and taking a lights to flag victory. You know, it's going to be thereabouts to see if how close it's going to get, but who knows exactly what is going to happen for the next 2 races of the championship. So I think we're just waiting for one more and then we should be good to go for the second race. Alright Brucey, no worries mate, I'll tell him that. Just give us a second guys, we're just waiting for one more person and we're now going to have to probably set the grid for the next race. So I do apologise for any delay, guys. We are just trying to get things sorted for race number 2 as per usual, but we should be good to go very soon. So yeah, we'll see if Bush makes it, but if not, then we'll have to go without him, unfortunately. But this should be a very close race for another 7-lap encounter. It will be very close to see exactly how things go. As I say, you know, it is going to be thereabouts, but hopefully all goes to plan. So we'll have to see what is going to happen, but you know, it looks like he may have to join for race 3 if he gets on, but he's thereabouts. But it looks like Neil Smale followed by Oscar, followed by Jamie, and of course Nathan Rumbolt, Rasmus, Noah, Brian Moncani, Nuno, and of course race 1 winner Brucey Collins. So we're set for another 7-lap encounter as we get the light on the starting gantry coming on now. We're about to flick to green any moment now, and who's going to get a good start into the first turn? It looks like Oscar's bogged down at the start, though. He tried to set off, I believe, in the right shape or form, but it looks like Neil Smell straight away, straight out the box into the first corner, then leading away from Jamie Hillman, followed by Rasmus and Brian Moncani. Yet again another strong start from the Nissan GTR driver behind Rasmus, the second of the Nissan GTRs, as Rasmus is putting Jamie under threat at the moment, but he's got Brian Moncani alongside him. Neil Smell still leads the way then as we go through that tight hairpin bend. You know, Rasmus is trying to go on that outside. Jamie gets still in second. Rasmus is there in third at the moment with Nuno and of course Brian Moncani, followed by Oscar and Noah, followed by Nathan Rumbout, and of course who's that at the tail of the field? Looks like Oscar's had a bit of an issue. It looks like it's getting a bit argy-bargy rather, with Brucey Collins in that Hyundai Genesis race 1 winner trying to slick back into thereabouts, but Neil Smell is coming under threat currently still from Jamie Hillman slightly, but Neil Smell's going to be putting his Lexus RCF to the pace. You know, Jamie raced that Lexus RCF last season, so it's going to be thereabouts, but it looks like Rasmus is trying to make a move as we go into that tight hairpin bend with Brian Moncani and of course Nuno. It looks like there's been a bit of a contact between the likes of Rasmus and Neil Smale already into that bend, but it's almost going 3 wide as Neil Smale gets back into the lead of the race. It looks like Nuno's gone backwards in this race than he has in race number 1, though, with Neil Smale still leading the way. Brian Moncani now second, Noah rather in 4th, followed by Jamie, followed by Nathan, followed by Brucey at the moment then. So it looks like Neil Smell's got that advantage at the moment. It looks like the battle for 4th is getting a bit intense because you got Rasmus thereabouts in 3rd, but Jamie's around in 4th, with of course Nathan and Noah and of course Brucey and Nuno also trying to catch up to the back, with Oscar at the tail of the field at the moment trying to push on for that place, but Brian Moncani is trying to put Neil Smell under considerable amount of pressure. The Lexus RCF is thereabouts trying to get past, but well, trying to get defending from that Nissan GTR, but you know, it's going to be thereabouts. We'll see exactly what's going to happen, but it is thereabouts. But Brian Mulcahy straight away trying to put Neil Smale under considerable amount of pressure. It looks like Neil Smale always gone off wide. I don't know whether there's contact between Brian Mulcahy and of course Neil Smale, but that is not going to help. But you know, Brian Mulcahy now gets into the lead, but Rasmus is also there. The two GTRs side by side, almost going to be pushing each other nose to tail, trying to take each of the wing mirrors off, but it's not going to be thereabouts. But you know, Rasmus and Brian Mulcahy know how to race. They've both raced similar machinery throughout their time of racing, but you know, Noah's up into third then with Brucey Collins, race one winner, into fourth place with Jamie trying to clip the grass. It's not going to do his Texaco BMW any favours. You know, Bruce Collins still there in fourth place at the moment, but the Gaggle foot, there's quite a lot of cars now trying to fight for the race lead as we're on lap 2 out of 7. It's thereabouts with Jamie in 5th, then followed by Nuno in 6th, then followed by Nathan Rombounce in 7th, followed by Neil Smale 8th, and Oscar in 9th place at the moment. But looking at Brian Mulcahy's lead at the moment, he seems to be pushing that GTR now is where he wants it to be. He's going to be pushing on for another lap, but you know, it's still a bit of a way to go. As Noah tries to get Rasmus into turn number 1, so the GTRs are now sandwiching that Milky Way Hyundai Genesis. It seems what Brucey Collins, you know, Brucey Collins is on course to try and get up his, you know, this is exactly what he wants. This is exactly how he wants to pan out this championship if he wants to get a threat. But they're going to try and make it 3 wide, going into tight and twisty stuff here at Alsace. But you know, it's going to be there. It could be very close, but they're going 3 wide. Oh my goodness. Brucey Collins, Rasmus, and of course Noah. Oh my gosh. Still trying to make it 3 wide. They're still trying to get their advance, but that's allowing Brian Mulcahy to get away with the race lead. They're going to try and make it 3 wide again, but you know, side by side between Brucey and of course Rasmus. Noah's trying to get on the attack, but Jamie's also there with of course Nuno, and oh, it's getting close between 4th, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th at the moment. This is allowing Brian Mulcahy to escape up the road though for that race victory. But I'll tell you what, we're on lap 3 though, where it looks like at the moment, oh my god, 3 wide into that bank. It's going to be thereabouts, but we'll see. Noah gets in that, the Milky Way. Oh, it's getting a bit close, and Nuno's gone wide. I think that is a bit unfortunate. He's doing so well to catch these guys up, but who's come out on top of that battle? Looks like Rasmus at the moment with Jamie. Nuno's got a bit of a penalty, so Rasmus leads that group of cars with Jamie in 3rd at the moment in that BMW, followed by Noah and Brucey Collins. Brucey Collins wants to get back onto the podium in this race. I know he does, but you know, you can just see Excalibur, Nathan Rombounce trying to make it thereabouts, but you know, it's getting very close towards the battles. You know, it seems like, you know, they were all trying to fight for one bit of track and it wasn't going to happen. But you know, Jamie's thereabouts, but Jamie's had to drop down to 4th. He's getting used to that BMW, you know, the Texaco liveried BMW M4 with Nathan Rombounce's Toyota GT86 at the moment. He's going to be thereabouts, but who knows exactly what's going to happen. But looking what Noah's going to try and do this time round is trying to catch up to Rasmus with, of course, Brucey Collins, race 1 winner, lurking in the background for 4th place at the moment. He's got that Milky Way Genesis ahead of him, so he knows exactly similar machinery, but obviously different livery with Rasmus lead 2nd place. So it's a Nissan GTR 1-2 at the moment, Genesis 3rd and 4th at the moment, with Jamie spoiling the symmetry in the BMW at the moment in 5th place, followed by Nathan Rombounce's Toyota GT86. But we'll see exactly what's happening, because I think this is where Brucey Collins is going to try and push on, but you can just see exactly Brian Mulcahy knows how to race. He's obviously racing the skates off of that Nissan GTR at the moment. It seems to be thereabouts, but it is a lot. It's still lap 4 out of 7, so with 3 laps to go in this race, it is going to be thereabouts. but who knows what's going to happen as Noah gets that move done on Rasmus, but Rasmus tries the undercut. They're going to try and make it 3 wide again because Brucey Collins wants to join that battle, but Noah gets back into second place rather. Oh, Nathan Rumbounce has gone off at that top end of the hill, so Noah's got into second then with Rasmus in third, with Brucey Collins trying to chase him down for trying to get that third place from Rasmus at the moment, but that's allowing Brian Moncani to escape. We'll see how everyone else is doing in a moment or two, but you can just see how close it's going to get. But I'll tell you what, Brucey Collins is on the attack. That Hendricks car's Hyundai Genesis as Noah clips that curve and goes onto the grass. That's not going to do him any good. Jamie Hillman in that BMW is also thereabouts. You can just see Rasmus tries to get that GTR back as a 1-2 for GTRs at the moment, followed by a 3-4 for the Genesis. But the BMW with Jamie Hillman's coming onto a considerable amount of tag. Rasmus gets a tap into the rear quarter from Brucey Collins. It's getting a bit close and personal. But oh my goodness gracious, this is going to be ending in tears for some of these guys. Well, that's allowing Brian Moncani's GTR to get away. But this is exactly how the racing is going to be. You know, I know we missed race 1, but you know, it looks like it is going to be very careful to see what is going to happen. But it is thereabouts. But we can see exactly what's going to be into that battle there. I think, you know, for the likes of Rasmus at the moment, it is going to be pushing on, but it is going to be very close to see what is going to happen. But I'll tell you what, Brucey Collins is trying to push away from Noah at the moment. You can just see, oh, Jamie goes a bit wide, clips the wall, he comes back on in front of Brucey Collins there. Brucey's not going to like that, I know that for certain, but Noah's trying to push both similar machinery. Jamie's still getting used to that rear-wheel drive advantage of the BMW. I know the Lexus last season was also slightly rear-wheel drive, but it's going to be very close to see exactly what's going to happen. But who knows exactly how things are going to pan out between these guys. It is going to be very close to see exactly what's going to happen. But at the moment, Noah's still trying to push that Hyundai Genesis. We're on lap 6, going on to lap number 6 then, so the penultimate lap of the race with Brucey Collins and Noah trying to get thereabouts, but Brucey's trying to defend like mad from that sister car of Noah, with Nathan Rombout in 7th, Neil Smell 8th, Oscar in 9th at the moment, but Brian Moncani still leads the way then to Nissan GTR 1-2 at the moment then. However, it's going to be very close to see what's going to happen. But it looks like Jamie's going to try and push on for 3rd place at the moment, with Noah and Brucey Collins swapping places. Oh, Jamie runs wide though, that yet again, that BMW seems to run wide, but that's allowed Brucey and of course Noah to try and get around, but that's going to be very close between these guys. But you know, Nuno's also lurking in that background, so that battle's now going to be taking another twist and a turn. But it is going to be very close to see what is going to happen, because you know, Noah's still there, but he's got a bit of an issue at the moment. It's going to be thereabouts. We'll see exactly what's going to happen, because Rasmus is there, 2nd place, so it's a GTR 1-2 followed by a Genesis 3-4 at the moment. Then it's obviously Nuno and Jamie battling. Nuno knows the car quite well because of racing the BMW last season, and it's going to be thereabouts, but it's going to be pushing on for quite some time. But let's see what happens, because there is some quite extensive racing. It's been very close for comfort with the likes of Jamie and of course Nuno. Obviously, you know, it's got a bit rough and tumble. I think, you know, there's going to be a few war of words. I sincerely hope not, but you can just see Noah and of course Nuno try to defend from Jamie going into the chicane for the penultimate time. Out we go then, out the final turn, start the final lap of the race number 2 here at Alsace Village for the opening round of the Chell Lawman WTSC for the season. And it is going to be very close to see exactly what happens. But Brian Moncani, the Belgian, the Brian Moncani Racing GTR seems to be having a whale of a time at the moment, with Rasmus in second, followed by Noah third at the moment. Brucey Collins wants to jump back onto the podium. We know how well Brucey will race. He will race hard and fair, but it is thereabouts. But we'll see exactly what's going to happen. For quite some time it is going to be thereabouts, but who knows exactly what's going to happen. As Noah gets a bit crossed up, he's got the fastest lap of the race though, however, but that could soon change with Brucey Collins trying to push on. But I tell you what, it has been very equally matched between the two Genesis and the GTRs at the moment, but we'll try and catch up to what's going on in a moment. But with the fact time's running out in this race, Brucey's got to try and make another move to try and get onto the podium for the second time this evening. A well-established racer now in Eldar Sim history. We've got a lights to flag victory in race number 1. He wants to soon get back onto the podium, but looks like Noah's going to try and push away from him. The Milky Way Genesis, but it's going to be thereabouts. But Brian Moncani is obviously pushed on. He knows exactly how to race, but it looks like Brucey Collins has got past Noah for third place now. So Brucey back on the podium then. It's got to be careful not to make a mistake into the last couple of turns now. But Brian Moncani coming down the hill then into the chicane, about to take a Nissan GTR 1-2, because Rasmus Omerum will take second place. But Brian Moncani flashes the lights in, the light will take another victory. Rasmus will be thereabouts in second. Brucey Collins on the podium for the second time this evening, followed by Noah and of course Nuno and of course Jamie, with Nathan Rumbounce in seventh. Neil Smale, after leading the race for quite some time, in eighth place. I don't think he's going to be happy about being that low down in the race, but you never mind, he will fight back. And Oscar in ninth place there. But fair play to Brian Moncani for taking a well established race win. But Brian Moncani is obviously going to be thereabouts. So we'll get race 2 results. Very shortly. So then race number 2 then, followed by Brian Moncani takes a well-established race victory, followed by Rasmus and of course Brucey Collins rounds up the podium. Noah in 4th place, followed by Nuno, followed by Jamie in 6th, followed by Nathan Rumbout 7th, Neil Smell 8th, Oscar 9th. Noah with the fastest lap of 2:01.2 on lap number 4. It is going to be very close to see exactly what's going to happen. So we're going to see what's going to happen for race number 3. I'm just going to see if he's on. Just give me a second. So it's going to be very close to see what race 3 is going to bring. But by looks of it, it will be very close to see what is going to happen. So let's see exactly what's going to happen for race number 3 then, guys. It will be a cracker of a race, I think. So we'll see exactly what's going to happen. So we'll see exactly what's going to happen. I think the grid is totally wrong. So it's a wrong order with the grid, I think, by the looks of it. Is there a way I can invite? Let's see. But we'll see exactly what's going to happen for race number 3. Do apologise for any lateness yet again. Just trying to get... So we'll have to see what's going to happen this time round for the third and final race of the evening. So we'll see exactly what's going to happen. So it's going to be very interesting. Is Oscar going to be able to get a good start into turn number 1 with Neil Smell going to be thereabouts, or is Nathan Rombouts going to catch him, or is Jamie going to try and catch him up with Nuno already putting that BMW under attack? You know exactly how Nuno likes to race this championship. He knows how the BMW works. He raced it last season. It looks like already Nathan Rumbounce is already putting Neil Smell under considerable amount of pressure with that Toyota GT86, with Oscar trying to lead them away then, with of course Nathan Rumbounce putting Neil under pressure with the Toyota versus the Lexus. Both sort of same engine style, but Toyota GT86 is very quick, with Nuno trying to haunt them down as well, with Noah doing exactly, and also Jamie trying to get back up into that all-important podium position, with of course Noah in 6th at the moment, with the likes of Brucey Collins trying to get alongside with Rasmus and of course Brian Moncani. So both GTRs at the moment at the back of the grid, trying to work their way up through the field, but it looks like Nuno's trying to consider a move on Jamie at the moment, with Neil Smell trying to be thereabouts with the Lexus, rubbing paint with the BMW. Now it's going to be very close because Nuno's trying to get thereabouts. It's going to be very close between the lot of them. Neil Smell locks up a brake. I think he had I don't know whether he had a bit of a helping hand from Nuno at the moment, but that's allowed Nathan Rombounce to clear into 2nd place, with Brucey Collins trying to put Nuno under pressure. That seems to be Neil Smell dropping that Lexus onto a curb. It seems to be very close and personal to see what is going to happen. So it looks like at the moment though Nathan Rumbold's goes around with Noah thereabouts, but Jamie Hillman splits them like a 7-10 split in bowling terms. But you know, Jamie's got onto the podium straight away, the birthday boy on the podium, then trying to push that BMW along the way with, of course, Nathan Rumbold's third. Nuno thereabouts, but there's going to be quite a few cars now. Could be 3 cars, maybe 4 cars wide on the top straight here at Alsace. It's going to be thereabouts, but looking at what's happening, you know, Noah's there, Rasmus is there. Oh my goodness, there's a lot of cars going. This is, and even though it's the 3rd race and it's already nose to tail between a lot of people, but it's getting thereabouts with, of course, Noah and of course Nuno and of course Nathan and of course Brucey Collins and of course Rasmus. This is going to get close. This is going to get personal between them. I hope there's not going to be any tears after this, but you can just see Nuno there holding on for 3rd at the moment, but it looks like Brucey Collins is going to try and push on for quite some time. He's thereabouts with, of course, Nathan Rumbold's trying to get there for at least 5th place at the moment with, of course, Brucey Collins. You know, it's going to be very close, but obviously, you know, Noah's there in 4th at the moment. But Nathan Rumbold's trying to get away from Brucey Collins, but Brucey Collins is still thereabouts. But Rasmus is on the inside of Brucey Collins at the moment, trying to get that Nissan GTR past the Hyundai Genesis, it seems. But it's going to be thereabouts. But I'll tell you what, it's going to be there. It's going to be close, but you know, with Oscar still leading the race, then this could be very good for Oscar. This could be, if he keeps it together, and I don't want to put commentator's curse on him, but he's thereabouts. Jamie in 2nd at the moment, then currently trying to push on for what will be maybe a historic podium for him. But Nuno's there with Noah in 4th at the moment, but Nathan Rumbold is thereabouts as well. But Noah's trying to put that Subaru under pressure, the Hyundai Genesis pushing on. You can just see the Milky Way Genesis followed by Toyota GT86. Nathan Rumbold now. Rasmus is in 6th, followed by Brucey Collins now 7th, Neil Smell 8th, with of course Brian Moncani in 9th place at the moment. But it looks like in the meantime that is allowing Oscar to escape up the road, because Jamie's trying to hold on for these guys. But this is probably what he's trying to do. Jamie wants to hold on and try and push that BMW to his extreme, but it looks like there was a move happening between Rasmus and of course Nathan Rumbold and of course Brucey Collins. Brucey Collins, he's thereabouts as well. The Genesis, the Hendrix cars Genesis, trying to be pushing quite a bit, but there's going to be a change for 2nd place. We can sense it with Brucey Collins trying to get alongside Nathan Rumbold for 6th place at the moment, but I think there's almost a change for 2nd place at the moment with the likes of Jamie trying to get alongside, but it looks like there's a bit of tyre squeal. But at the moment Noah's trying to get back into 3rd with Nuno dropped down to 4th. Then that's allowing Oscar to still get alongside or get away from these guys. Jamie's still trying to push on for 2nd place at the moment with Nuno back up into 3rd. Then the 2 Belgians are 7th and 8th at the moment, but you can just see how well this race is unfolded. But that's allowing the likes of Oscar, I don't want to put commentator's curse on him, but he's miles there with that McDonald's Mustang, doing a stellar job at the moment. But Jamie in 2nd, holding on for dear life, with Nuno in 3rd at the moment, with of course Noah trying to get alongside Nuno, going up over the rise to start closing down for the back end of the circuit, start lap number 4. This is going to be very close between quite a lot of cars there for Rumbold's trying to make a move on Brucey Collins at the same time, but you can just see how close things are going to get. But it's going to be very close to see what happens. Brucey Collins in 6th, then followed by Nathan Rumbold 7th, then Brian Moncani in 8th, then Neil Smell in 9th at the moment. But this is allowing Oscar to get away in the race lead. How has he managed to do that? You know, he's done a stellar job. That Mustang is race winning potential with Jamie alongside Noah at the moment. Noah's trying to get alongside that BMW. He gets the move done on the BMW, with Jamie's trying to get the overlap. This is where it's going to get close. You know, Noah gets hung out to dry like some dirty washing on the washing line. You know, it's going to be thereabouts, but Noah's still trying to put under attack, but he's got to be careful because Nuno George, that is the Portuguese driver, trying to push on for back into third place. Jamie in second, and followed by Noah in fourth. Well, Jamie's in second, holding on for dear life. That Texaco BMW seems to be latching for quite some time. It's going to be thereabouts, but who knows exactly what's going to happen for the time being. But I tell you this, it is going to be thereabouts. But Nuno's trying to put Noah under considerable amount of pressure. Rasmus Omeran is also there in fifth place, followed by Brucey Collins sixth, Nathan Rumbout and Brian Moncani. The two best mates in real life is what they are, but the two Belgians trying to fight for 7th and 8th on the circuit at the moment. But you know, this is actually really allowing Oscar Stevenson, that's making his debut in WTSC, to escape up the road to take a well-astounding victory. But you know, is it going to be thereabouts? Jamie's going to have to try and push on. He's got a train of cars now chasing him. Maybe the pressure's getting to the birthday boy, you never know. But fair play to Jamie, he's not put a foot wrong in that BMW. He's got Noah right behind him though. He's got Nuno also, but Brucey Collins, has he made the move on Rasmus Omeran? Yes, he has. So you know, it's going to be getting very close. 2 laps to go after this. Well, 2 laps to go is thereabouts, but Noah's dropped back to fourth. Nuno's all over the back of that BMW. Just remember, Nuno raced the BMW last season in the championship, but he's now in the Subaru, and it seems to be the Subaru's holding on for that tyre wear quite well this season, with Noah trying to make that move. Jamie's still holding on for that second place at the moment, but Nuno gives him a bit of a hip and a shoulder. You know, Jamie's thereabouts, but he's got to be careful because the likes of Noah's trying to get through on Nuno. This is where it's going to get very close, because that is also going to allow Brucey Collins as well. Brucey Collins, you can just see that other Hyundai Genesis, he wants to get another podium this evening. Another strong showing from Brucey Collins, but this is where it's going to get very close. We'll see exactly what's going to happen, but is it going to be thereabouts? But you know, Nuno's still third at the moment, Noah in fourth, Rasmus fifth, Brucey sixth at the moment, Brian Moncani in seventh. The second of the GTRs, as Nuno gets past Jamie for second place. We kind of thought that was going to happen, but Jamie's got to be careful. That BMW is now getting swamped by the chasing pack. This is exactly what he doesn't want, but that's also allowing Brian Moncani to catch up. Nathan Rumbouts will catch up. Neil Smale at the tail of the field, sadly not having the best of nights at the moment by the looks of it, but you know, Jamie's still holding on for third place at the moment. It seems to be wanting to push. He's going to try and push Nuno into a mistake, taps Nuno into that corner, almost side by side between the pair of them. Jamie's lost out to fourth place, down to fourth place now. There's Noah tries to get onto Nuno onto the penultimate lap. Where you go then? This is where it's going to get very close to see exactly what's going to happen. I can't believe my eyes, but this is exactly what is going to happen for this evening. It is going to be thereabouts, but who knows? We've got the penultimate lap to go then. It is going to be thereabouts, but looking exactly what's going to happen, because that's allowing Oscar to actually get away in the race lead. He's like 4.7 ahead of these guys, and Jamie's back onto the podium now with Noah in second. Brucey Collins, where's Brucey? He's in 8th place at the moment, so it's all falling apart. But this is the thing, Oscar's just got away with that race lead from start to finish at the moment, if it bar any mistake. But Noah's there in second with the likes of Jamie trying to push on. Jamie's trying to get thereabouts, but this is going to be very close to see exactly what's going to happen. Noah's trying to hold off from Jamie. Jamie's trying to get... Oh, Rasmus has gone off there. Was that Excalibur? Nathan Rumbouts in fourth. Then he's pushed his way back up into fourth place. Brian Moncani, the two best mates, they're trying to push on. You know, this is exactly what's going to happen, because Nuno's there, but Jamie's got back into second then with a lap to go after this. This is going to be very close between these guys. It is thereabouts, but I'll tell you this, it is going to get very close, but Nathan Rumbold's and Nuno, Brian Moncani's trying to get back that GTR into 4th place at the moment. Brucey Collins in 6th place. This is why the racing's getting very tense at the moment. It's thereabouts, but I'll tell you this, Nathan Rumbold has got to be careful with that Toyota GT86. Rasmus in 6th, and Neil Smell sadly not having the best of time in the Lexus at the moment, but Oscar will go on to the final lap then. Technically going to be taking a lights to flag victory, but I tell you what, Jamie in 2nd, followed by Noah in 3rd at the moment, with Nuno 4th, Brian Moncani 5th, Brucey Collins 6th at the moment, Nathan Rumbold 7th, and Rasmus Omeran 8th place at the moment, with Neil Smell in 9th place. But this is where it's going to get very close to see exactly what's going to happen, but it is going to be very close to see exactly what is going to happen between these guys at the moment. Jamie back into 3rd place then, with Noah trying to eke out that advantage now, trying to he's not going to have time to catch up to the likes of Oscar, but you know, he's got that Hyundai Genesis exactly where he wants it, but the battle's further behind. Nuno back into 4th then, Brian Moncani 5th, Brucey Collins 6th at the moment, Nathan Rumbold is going to be thereabouts, but it's going to be very close to see exactly what's going to happen. But you know, it is going to be thereabouts, and I'll tell you this, Oscar will be delighted with a first victory this evening, but Noah's going to be pushing on for 2nd. It could be a very tense moment or two between these guys, but I'll tell you what, Jamie's going to try and push back into 2nd. You know, Oscar's around 5.7 seconds up the road though, so he's not going to be able to get caught by the chasing pack. But I tell you what, fair play to him. Neil Smell at the tail of the field, probably not enjoying his racing in that Lexus this evening. He's had a bit of a... Oh, as Jamie gets that move done on Noah, that's exactly what he wanted, but Jamie's got to be very careful because Noah's back alongside him. That's allowed Nuno to come back into play. Oh, Jamie goes wide. Oh, that is unfortunate. That is not going to hamper him now. He's lost a podium with Noah there, and Nuno 3rd now with Brucey Collins under attack from Brian Moncani into the last 2 turns. But Oscar, fair play to him, takes a well-deserved victory. And say what, Noah in 2nd, Nuno 3rd, Brucey Collins 4th, Brian Moncani 5th, Nathan Rumbold 6th, Rasmus Omeran in 7th, followed by Neil Smell in 8th. And it looks like Jamie had to retire with a bit of a too much damage limitation in that BMW. But I tell you what, it has been thereabouts, but sadly Jamie has had a bit of an issue in that BMW after so long. But fair play to Oscar, taking out a reverse grid in that McDonald's Mustang. That is going to put him into good stead going into the next rounds of the championship. I'll quickly go through the tables as well. Well, not the table, the finishing results. But I tell you what, it is going to be thereabouts. Who knows what's going to happen? But I tell you what, Oscar takes a well-deserved victory from Noah, followed by Nuno, followed by Brucey Collins in 4th, Brian Moncani in 5th, followed by Nathan Rumbold 7th, Rasmus in 7th, Neil Smell 8th, and sadly Jamie's BMW, after a bit of contact with the wall, I think it got a bit broken, but Brian Moncani takes the fastest lap with a 2:01.5 on lap number 3. I tell you what, it is going to be epic. But it seems to be thereabouts. But yes, we are going to see exactly what is going to happen next week when we go to... I can't remember where we're going next week, but I'm sure we will get some good racing. But yes, I do apologise for missing race 1, but we'll see exactly what's going to happen next week when we head to, I believe, just to double check, so next week, just to get the calendar just right, we head to Blue Moon. Yes, we head to Blue Moon for races 4, 5 and 6 of the championship, I'll tell you what, it is going to be epic. I can't wait to see what is going to happen. So until next week, guys, I've been Hoppers for Eldar Racing. Take care. Ta-ra. Oh.